That's not the screen I want to start on. Come on.
Seconds.
We are into the draft. Welcome, everyone.
5 seconds.
My graphics are
remain.
choosing not to
It is
display, so
Radiant's
that's
plan.
fun. Here, I know how I can get them going. We are back with We Like Dota League 2024 Group Stage Week 3. We've got a Crown Division matchup for you between Razzil Dazzle and Marci Beaucoup. There's the graphic. This is the standing. So you can see these teams both looking for some wins at this stage in the game. Seeing if they can find them here in this best of 2 series for you this fine Monday evening.
10 seconds.
So we're starting things off with Ursa and Troll banned out by Marci and Necro Pudge banned out by Razzil Dazzle. So
Radiant's turn to ban.
Faceless Void to follow as well. So a whole lot of focus being put on your
10 seconds remain.
Dire safe lane, Radiant off lane.
5 seconds.
All 5 of our bans so far head there, and it's a Juggernaut ban. It's 4 for 4 on the carry bans from Marci. They're starting early and often with these carry bans, heavily targeting Mort on Razzil Dazzle, who I believe is their highest MMR player, so not too much of a surprise to see them go that route. But definitely is very aggressive ban strategy. Seeing if they can punish this player's whole pool. Could have good info.
Turn to pick.
My team has been able to play against them.
Radiant's turn to pick.
And it's going to be the Dawnbreaker. All of the carry bans mean that the signature Pony Ride Dawnbreaker gets through the bans and it comes out. So this should be a mid lane Dawnbreaker for Pony Ride. That's where we expect to see it. That's where they've played it before. Global presence gives him a good opening to the draft. Lion also left on the table. That has been a hotly contested hero. 17 bans, or 16 bans, 17 picks so far in the league. Showing up contested in almost all of our matches so far. Razzil Dazzle banned out the Weaver as well at the end of that opening phase.
10 seconds remain.
So that, I think that might also be an offlane ban alongside this Viper. I'm remembering right. Yeah, this is Relapse Gamer has been playing Viper and Weaver offlane. Yeah, the Pudge I think is actually a support ban for this team. I believe we played against a support Pudge from them, and it did pretty well. Vengeful Spirit can be the last ban of the second phase for the side of Razzil Dazzle. Real cool. Stream.
10 seconds.
Perfect.
5 seconds.
Alright, one last ban in this second phase.
Radiant must choose.
And it's going to be the Nature's Prophet, so finally letting up. I'd say finally letting up on the carry bans, but I believe Razzil Dazzle actually flexed a Nature's Prophet to carry in their game against us, if I'm remembering right. They did play it once. Yeah. Yeah, they did play Nature's Prophet. So that is a 5th carry ban from Marci Beaucoup, and they go right into a Zeus pickup. Likely going to be their mid laner as their response to the Dawnbreaker, but could be a flex over to the support role. Razzil Dazzle, they're going to respond with the Abaddon, another hotly contested hero in the current meta. 8 picks, 17 bans so far in this league. Gives you a really nice answer to the Lion in the form of the Dispel from Aphotic Shield.
5 seconds remain.
It is going to be a little scary into the nukes of a Lion and Zeus. The big magic damage have the threat to go through the Borrowed Time ultimate and take the Abaddon out before he gets a chance to pop it, so might have to do some manual Borrowed Times in this game. They're going to follow that up with a Dark Willow. That is likely your safe lane duo between the Abaddon and Dark Willow, although I'm not sure. I think we've been seeing more Abaddons in the off lane than the safe lane lately. But Razzil Dazzle may be trying to scoop up a safe lane Abaddon here with how many carry bans have been coming out from Marci. Does mean that they're either going to have to save a support pick for last or see 2 more carries banned out potentially, if that's not a carry Abaddon.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Treant Protector. Come out from Marci now. I guess that can also be a support Abaddon.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds. Dire must choose. Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight is going to be the follow-up pick for the side of Marci after the Treant Protector. So maybe your safe lane duo. We've been seeing a lot of Dragon Knight in the safe lane, but I don't love that as a safe lane duo. So I think more likely that's going to go in the off lane with the Lion.
5 seconds.
And Marci are going to save their last pick to pick up something nice for the carry role that can sit behind this Treant, like a Luna or a Drow. It'd also be, I mean, not a bad safe lane, just 2 very tanky heroes in the form of a tree and a Dragon Knight. But if this Dark Willow's in the off lane as a support, could be a little annoying to play into.
Dire's turn to battle.
Gyrocopter can be picked up by Razzil Dazzle. I remember they've played this position 4, so it looks like unless this is a carry Abaddon, they are going to leave their carry pick for last. Otherwise, it'll be their offlane pick last overall.
10 seconds.
I like that this still leaves their draft pretty open. Theoretically, the Gyro could get flexed to carry. I think that's still plenty playable, but he's definitely more viable as a support right now.
It is Radiant's back.
Here they go for... They're going to ban out the Lone Druid. Threat of that coming out from Marci. I don't know if we've seen them play a Lone Druid before. But it's certainly, like, if you don't have the tools to deal with it, it can be a really scary hero to run in.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. It is Radiant's ban.
Windranger taken out by Marci. Yeah, I think they think this Abaddon's in the off lane. Windranger we're mostly seeing as a carry right now, or a mid.
5 seconds remain. It is Dyer's band.
And Sniper. So yeah, they... Interesting. I don't know if Razzil's looking for... I mean, there's not a lot of melee carries left with all of the bans Marci has done. It looks like they are expecting a ranged carry to come out from Razzil. I feel like Razzil...
10 seconds.
Razzil's banned the melee lone turret. I mean, melee and range, but mostly melee.
5 seconds.
When I think Marci wants a ranged safe lane.
Radiant.
They're gonna man out the Phantom Lancer. Pick up the Slark. So they're gonna go melee to pair with the Dark Willow. That's a really scary combo. Dark Willow and Slark in lane. It's a ton of lockdown. That's a, like, really high kill potential safe lane, but also potential for being a little squishy. Could definitely be punishable by a Dragon Knight Lion duo.
5 seconds.
Slark pounces forward and doesn't find his mark. He's just gonna get stunned into oblivion. So Mort's gonna have to play this lane really, really well. Because I mean, it is also nice into the Dragon Knight and the Treant Protector, because you're gonna build up a lot of stacks trying to chunk through those heroes. So I think that's what they're thinking there. I think this lane just has the potential to be really hard for a Slark. Alright, getting into the last pick of our draft here. Marci Beaucoup, again, likely looking for a ranged carry here. There's a few options on the table. It's going to be the Razor that they go for. Seems pretty good in the Slark. Oh, no, that's going to be an offlane... Okay, this makes sense, yeah. So it's going to be the carry Dragon Knight offlane Razor.
5 seconds.
And then do they set up... I guess we'll see how they choose to set up their lanes to play with that. And then, yeah, position for Gyro, off lane, Abaddon. Yeah, that's Razzil Dazzle's lineup is all how we expect. Alright, let's talk about the Hats draft here. This one's definitely going to go to Razzil Dazzle. You've got... this Treant set is great. This is a sweet Dragon Knight set that might even be new from the treasure. I'm not sure. I don't know if he got one, even though it's a dragon-themed treasure and he's Dragon Knight. Great line set, but just more across the board. Zeus and Razor lacking a little bit. Yeah, this Dark Willow set is decked out. Ardent Sarcasm's Gyro is decked out. The Super Nintendo Abaddon. Everybody's got good stuff going on the Razzil Dazzle side. So they win the Hats draft. As for the actual draft itself, a little bit of a tough call. I think the ease of execution is a little easier for Marci Beaucoup, but I think Razzil Dazzle have a lot of really strong tools for this game, especially...
Prepare for battle.
Like, this Pony Ride Dawnbreaker is going to be able to move around on the map a ton. Did I do any of my settings? Give me 1 second. I won't be able to hear my draft analysis, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'll put the map on the left for you guys, because I know most of you want that. Good luck, have fun's coming out around the board. Lunar New Year decorations and celebrations getting popped. Everybody's having a good time. We get into this first game of our best of 2 series between Razzil Dazzle and Marci Beaucoup.
The battle begins. seconds.
Rune's gonna be split down the middle. Both teams step up onto the enemy jungle high grounds. Do not run into each other at all. Sweet Beaucoup Beaucoup gonna pick up that Watcher on their way back over to the lane. Can get that frame rate doing any better for us. Let's see. Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, so it's... Because it's a Treant Razor lane, bring it the leash, yeah, the leap right out of it. I think this is much better for the Slark than if they had to lane into the Lion gyros. We're getting a little bit of lane shenanigans coming out from Sergeant Sarcasm, but definitely gonna get the stun up. Some creeps still chasing down this gyro. Sarcasm, I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful. Did get that nice deep ward over there. Great clicks coming up from Cephalor, and that'll all be regened back up. Yeah, I feel like Razzil Dazzle are really getting the side lanes they want here, as another stun comes out from the Earth Spike. Cephalor on Sergeant Sarcasm. Able to back away here.
Radiant should look to their top tower.
Okay, we got the Dispel available for the big stuns here, as yeah, gonna immediately stun up, save a lot of damage from that Rocket Barrage coming out. And over in the top lane, you've got nice escape from the leash. Some good control. Mana Drain, gonna be answered by Sergeant Sarcasm's Rocket Barrage, but stun comes up. Coming Winter may be looking to get involved, but we'll allow the gyro to escape. How's our mid lane going?
First blood. Thanks.
Oh, how's our first blood going?
I can take care of myself.
That's a tree going down in the top lane. We have Bramble into the Shadow Realm, sets up the pounce. This Bramble pounce, I think, is going to be pretty rough to play into throughout this game. Mort did have to get pretty low to pick up that kill, and it did go the way of Sweet Beaucoup Beaucoup. But Razzil Dazzle strike first in this one. In lane, starting off very even, 13-4 to 13-1 in the last hits and denies. Right, taking a little harass from Nephilion here. Right off. Down bot, getting the harass out onto Cephalor, and Sergeant Sarcasm is going to pick up that kill. Go Chalmers. Out in the lead in the last hits, and getting plenty of damage into Coming Winter here, too.
Radiant have fortified their structures
They're gonna have to
against
sit
attack.
back a little bit. Up top, Mort. A bit of trouble. Raiden trying to chase them down. Bramble able to get the distance. Sweet Beaucoup Beaucoup now being the one forced to back away as the creeps connect in. Nature's Grasp trying to slow them down and finish it off. Who just misses on the plasma field. And Sweet Beaucoup Beaucoup able to escape with both Mort and Sweet Beaucoup Beaucoup sitting a little bit low. Look for another leash, but Mort able to jump away as Cephalor rotates up here. They want to try to find a kill on this Slark. They'll settle for one on Dark Willow if they have to. Meanwhile, it means Coming Winter are going to be left all alone down here in the bot lane. We're in mid Nephilion getting brought a little low. Pony Ride just sitting at the edge of the creep wave waiting to see if they're going to step up. Forcing the Zeus. It looks like Zeus is going to have to make the long walk back home. Gonna get Raiden coming over, cover the lane for the Zeus for a little bit. Down bot, Coming Winter still under pressure without the support here. Rocket Barrage comes out into the silence from the Curse of Avernus. Shield pops and one last click from Super Nintendo will do it, so third kill picked up by Razzil Dazzle. Spike up on Cephalord. Yeah, it seems like they've fully swapped Kraden and Cephalord now. They're going to get the Plasma Field out. That will connect through the Shadow Realm. So Bo2 though, going to be able to back off. They're taking a few clicks from the line. Yeah, they'll Arc Raiden down here with the Dragon Knight, gives some extra tankiness this lane. Ferrocopter's attack range isn't too long, so doesn't feel too bad to be a double melee lane into the Baden Gyro. And so pull. Winter taking some pressure under tower now. Raiden's going to show. There's that leech seed on the Super Nintendo Chalmers. They are actually going to get this guy pretty low. They can finish off the Baden. Here comes the Dawnbreaker ult. That's going to connect for the turnaround. Super Nintendo now start clicking into Coming Winter. Another Rocket Barrage out. Raiden trying to give them some space, but now the Rockets turn over towards Raiden. Cephalord going to make the TP down here. Super Nintendo Chalmers trying to escape under the tower. Sergeant Sarcasm wants to finish off the kill, and they will find it. Creep gets the last hit. Finishes off. Zeus ult comes out, but it's not quite enough to finish Pony Ride. However, they have the Leech Seed in. They add in the Nature's Grasp. Can they finish off the Dawnbreaker? The Earth Spike from Cephalord is going to do it. They get their return kill on the Dawn. As that gold getting pretty nicely split across the team. So nice return kill to get Marci Beaucoup on the board. What are some of these cores looking at for first items? Relapse Gamer planning to go right into the Manta style on the Razor. Super Nintendo Chalmers gonna secure that rune. Supports both making their way to rotate over to try to find a kill, but Baden already picked it up. Super Nintendo looking to get the Echo Saber. Pretty standard Abaddon build there. Coming Winter just looking to pick up some power treads. Also working on something else. Where's that courier? The wand. Phyllion with the power treads on Zeus has the phylactery queued up, so that's standard, but maybe this is a plan to go into the Lightning Hands build. Pony Ride gonna initiate forward, gets the stun from the Starbreaker, but will back off there before diving under the tower. Red has the Solar Ring. Solar Ring just finished up the Phase Boots. Maybe gonna look to make a rotation. It was gonna find a Haste Rune in the 8-minute spawn. Tucks that away in the bottle. See if they choose to make a rotation there. Has another Solar Guardian ready to go. Relapse Gamer now the one left alone. It's Raiden picking up the Wisdom Rune and heading back over to the lane. Gonna get a rotation down from Dark Willow. Sweet Bo2 gonna get him to join the off lane. See if they can get some more pressure on this Dragon Knight. So far, having the most difficulty of the 6 cores in the game. Get 16 and 3 last hit. Facing a lot of pressure so far. Cephalord gonna get the stun up. Now the Brambles, they're gonna look to turn this onto Coming Winter. Gonna be able to step away, but the Cursed Crown is there. Let's set up a stun. Pony Ride gonna come over too with the Dawnbreaker ult. Solar Guardian connects in. Sets up the Starbreaker, and Coming Winter is gonna go down. Brings 4 heroes down to the bot lane and continue to build the pressure on this Dragon Knight. Pony Ride picking up that kill, goes up to the top of the net worth to start things off in this game. Up top, Mort now left alone, so taking a little more pressure from Relapse Gamer and Raiden. Down bot, they're going to throw a homing missile out towards Cephalord, but he's going to be able to get into the safety of the tower before that connects. I look to set up here something on Super Nintendo Chalmers. Has the borrowed time, not a lot of mana to work with. They chain the stuns into a Hex, but now the Rock Barrage out on Coming Winter. Even just at a level 5 support, the damage from the rockets is so big. Coming Winter going to be forced to retreat. Bo2 making the move over towards mid. Maybe we want to look to set up a kill on Phyllion with Pony Ride.
Scanning for enemies.
Tranquil Boots arriving for the Dark Willow, along with some wards. Mort still farming pretty contentedly under the tower, making some trips over to the jungle where needed. Leon really getting pushed under the tower here. When you ride, kind of getting to do whatever they want in this lane. This was that first phase Dawnbreaker pick. Razzil Dazzle very confident in it. You see why, as it's gotten off to a great start in this game. Down about, they're going to get the Brambles under tower. They're going to look to connect with another Solar Guardian. Cephalor completely eaten up. Violet Solar Guardian coming winter just trying to get to level 6. But is going to get controlled up and brought down once again. This Dragon Knight is getting absolutely bullied. Razzil Dazzle putting tons of focus on making sure that Dragon Knight does not get off to a good start in this game. Doesn't seem like they're suffering from it too much either. 5k net worth lead at 11 minutes. 7-1 in the kills. Cephalor looking to cover mid. Pony Ride. There's a Celestial Hammer that does get Cephalor to level 6, so has the Finger of Death to work with. Maybe we'll look to make a rotation with that. So we're going to get Nephileon heading down towards the bot. Eventually trying to relieve some of the pressure off of coming winter down here. Super Nintendo Chalmers not far off of that Echo Saber. 400 gold to go. Can make that Curse of Avernus an even bigger threat. The supports for Marci Beaucoup trying to look to set up something in the mid lane. Get some control on the wards. Nephileon heading over to join them, so they'll have the big damage. They set up with the stun. Magoo, though, is there, going to connect with the Brambles. Now Nephileon's going to be the one in trouble, has to jump away. Cephalor, though, going to get Brambled up, has the magic wand, but it's not going to be enough. The big damage from the Bedlam is there, and meanwhile, in the bot lane, Coming Winter goes down again. Super Nintendo Chalmers on the killing spree, to pick up that tower as well. So, Razzil Dazzle, very convincing win of this bottom lane. It's now all three of their cores at the top of the net worth, and actually both supports already ahead of the Dragon Knight. They've completely shut down Coming Winter's game. This is really brutal stuff from Razzil Dazzle. This is going to be hard for Marci Beaucoup to find a way back into this one. But now both supports going to dive under the tower, set up for Pony Ride. They have the Brambles still rooted up, and before the crown even hits and connect in, Pony Ride has the damage amp rune. Going to try to escape. Oh, they get the fear, and that protects. They teleport away, and Sergeant Sarcasm finishing off Nephileon off on the side, so get away with some good old-fashioned murder.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We're getting some damage on the top tower. Supports want to try to relieve some of this pressure. Don't want this tower to fall yet. Cephalor going to set up with a stun, and a nice dodge by Mort with the pounce. When you ride a little more time on the damage amp rune. And with the Curse of Avernus, Super Nintendo Chalmers will be able to tear apart these towers. Echo Saber up means that the curse gets set up basically one whole attack faster. They don't have the Watcher. Oh my goodness, they scan Coming Winter. Oh. Oh, this is just cruel if you come down here and kill this Dragon Knight again. They're thinking about it. They get the Deep Ward off behind the tower. But they pursue out here into the well. Super Nintendo Chalmers is going to start hitting the wave. So Coming Winter at least knows that there could be a threat. But now Super Nintendo makes the rotation over. Going to spot Coming Winter. Throws out the Dragon Tail to try to get some space. Nintendo going to turn off the Watcher. Sergeant Sarcasm throws out the homing missile. No response yet from Marci Beaucoup.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Nintendo Chalmers is going to chase down Coming Winter back here. Has another Dragon Tail available, so should be okay to escape. Looks like they'll turn their attention Instead, towards the creep wave, get that tower pushing.
Dire should
And all up in the
look
top
to their
lane.
top tower.
Like Cephalord looking to put some harass into Mort. Mort seems to be in a safe position now. The support's helping the Razor. Relapse Gamer pushing in the tower. Marci Beaucoup trying to get to... I mean, they're finding good space on a decent chunk of the map. They should be able to get this tower here. Well, they have to trade their bottom tier 2 for it. So they certainly don't want to do that if it can be avoided. Sometimes you just got to take what you can get. The siege creep hitting here. This tower can get chunked down pretty quickly with the curse. No Fortify available. Now they're going to rotate some heroes over here, see if they can punish Super Nintendo Chalmers. Has a read on it though, so not going to get controlled up. They bring 3 down here, and they did finish off that top tower, so nice play by Marci Beaucoup there. Able to get the tower they wanted, and I mean, down to like half health on their bottom tower, but they do have a Treant Protector. No points in living armor yet, but eventually we'll see that leveled up. That might be enough to get this tower regenning back up to full.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
We have the Echo Saber finished on Dawnbreaker as well, another hero that likes to count to 4 and likes counting to 3, even better than counting to 4. We got 3 heroes from Marci Beaucoup over in the mid lane. Highly on in the area too, so maybe looking to clear up this creep wave and go for a smoke. Marci Beaucoup cleaning up some vision on the map.
Tower is in danger.
Starting Sarcasm, scouting things out as Super Nintendo pushes down this last of the tier 1 towers. All of Marci Beaucoup set up in their biangle. Maybe looking to punish as Razzil Dazzle pushing off of this wave. But the Abaddon's not the target that they want to start on, but they might have to settle for it. They start with Plasma Field from Relapse Gamer, but Sweet Pumagoo's right there with the Bramble Maze. Protects their tree. Doesn't mean that Raiden will be able to chase them down here with the slows. Cephalord going to follow, but no, Marci will decide they do not want to go for that anymore. Razzil Dazzle going to smoke up. Reposition, maybe look to set up to turn something back around if they catch Marci Beaucoup off guard, but like Marci backing away pretty safely, so should be okay. Not too far away for the Blink Dagger from Cephalord. That's going to be an important timing for the side of Marci. Can really help set up their fights. We're potentially getting a little bit of a clash in the mid lane, but it looks like ball's thrown out either way. Super Nintendo Chalmers stands up on the biangle, picking up that Watcher. Gonna be able to walk away safely. Mort gonna find Coming Winter over here in the jungle. Homing Missile going out on the Razor. Looks like Coming Winter will be allowed to escape, and they actually kill off the Homing Missile before it connects. 11 to 1, 10k net worth lead at 19 minutes. Razzil Dazzle still holding on to a pretty commanding lead. Coming Winter trying to get some farm in on this DK. Gonna finish off that Mage Slayer. Do quite a bit of work to reduce some of the damage coming out from the Abaddon, the Dawnbreaker. Basically everybody but the Slark is doing a good amount of magic damage in this game for Razzil Dazzle, so that Mage Slayer will be quite helpful. Mort gonna take the Watcher. Waiting. Oh, the Ogre stuns him on Coming Winter. They see this Slark here, though. Definitely farming this safely. Winter knows to be scared, but Mort gonna wrap around behind the tower. Sergeant Sarcasm gonna come over with the homing missile as well. Mort's in. Pony Ride with the Solar Guardian as well. Gonna connect after the kill is found. Absolutely ruthless from Razzil Dazzle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But then we use to farm up some creeps. Get that wave fully pushed out. Super Nintendo Chalmers. The one bringing in the creep wave for Razzil Dazzle. So they want to try to find this tier 2. 20 minutes is a nice early timing to pick up a tier 2 tower. Razzil Dazzle certainly would be happy to find it. Dual Scepter just about done on the Dark Willow. Sergeant Sarcasm has the Solar Crest working on the Aghanim Shard. huge damage spike when you get that homing missile upgrade from the Aghanim Shard on Gyrocopter. Really, really difficult to deal with. Razzil Dazzle, they'll successfully take down this bottom tier 2 tower. I don't know where my head's at today. This is why I don't normally cast on Mondays. Ponyride sitting on a damage ramp rune has the full Desolator finished. So, more of the physical damage build coming out from this Dawnbreaker, and this is going to be big hits coming out from the Starbreaker. Razzil Dazzle, knowing they're in a pretty good spot, and they've got good tools to take a Roche here. Curse of Avernus plus this Desolator, and the damage ramp rune, yeah, this Roche should go down pretty fast for a 21-minute Roche. Mort gonna join as well. See who they choose to put the Aegis on. Likely Mort, but maybe Ponyride at this stage. Whoever you're feeling is at more risk of dying in a fight. Super Nintendo Commerce has that borrowed time. Yeah, it's gonna go to Mort. I think they figured that built-in lifesteal on Luminosity. And of course the borrowed time, you really don't need the extra life on the Batten. They're gonna rotate over. They have the pings out on Cephalor. They want to try to connect with this. Smoke up for the supports of Razzil Dazzle. Ponyride just chilling on the mid lane. Relapse Gamer, maybe looking to punish this, is going to get the slow from Plasma Field, sets up the link, has the Celestial Hammer to jump away from him. That's going to break the link. Discourage any further chase. Ponyride is sitting a little low now. They want to look for something. They have the full Harpoon on the Abaddon. That's going to pull in Cephalor. Did manage to get the Arcane Rune. A little harder to deal with, but there's big stuns coming out. And yeah, this line is just going to go down. The Cursed Crown into the homing missile. No chance to escape. Dominating streak for Super Nintendo Chalmers. So now it's off to work on the middle tier 2. Mort fearing little with the Diffusal Blade and Mage Slayer. Ponyride picking up a kill. I'm watching Mort hit a tower. The rest of Razzil Dazzle is hitting a mid laner. They find a kill on Nephileon. 14-1 now. Marci Beaucoup still looking for their second kill in this game, and an absolutely dominant showing from Razzil Dazzle. They're gonna get the Diffusal slow on Coming Winter, pops the Dragon form, but there's no chance to escape again. Starbreaker comes down from Ponyride. This is a tough start to game number 1 for Marci Beaucoup. We're gonna stand, go for a mana drain. Run the Nature's Grasp. Getting decent damage into Super Nintendo Chalmers here. Homing Missile going to connect with Cephalor safely up on the high ground. Relapse Gamer able to walk off that Bramble Maze. Mort going to continue clicking away into this tower. Plasma Field. Big slows coming out in Plasma and the Nature's Grasp. I'll convince Mort to back away for now. Pick up the Creep Wave. Get their lane pushing in. Razzil Dazzle pretty happy to just slowly push everything in. Actually now ping's coming out on Coming Winter. They're not done tormenting this Dragon Knight. Sitting over by that Tormentor, hoping that the team might come by and pick it up. And be forced back into the base. Another deep ward by Sweet Poo Magoo. I love these wards that Sweet Poo Magoo is getting. This is like so much of how Razzil Dazzle have held such strong control. They see this smoke. They know full well what's happening with Super Nintendo Chalmers. Steps up, breaks it on 1. 2 even, it's going to go down on Raiden. They know exactly where Marci Beaucoup is going to try to play. They really want to sneak this Tormentor. Sergeant Sarcasm maybe scouting out a little too far. That's going to be the second kill for Marci Beaucoup, and it's a finger stack for the line. Seth Lord picks it up. The Finger of Death. So it looks like with that kill on the Gyro, Marci Beaucoup, they will be able to get this Tormentor that they've been looking for. Leech Seed will help ensure that everybody stays safe. Nice heals coming out, and that's the shard you want of the options. Mana Drain, getting additional targets, and debuff immunity for the Lion. Now, in the meantime, Super Nintendo Chalmers teeing off on this mid tower. Been going to work on it. They smoke up with the Power Spike with that free Aghanim Shard. The Ups Gamer is going to break on Super Nintendo Chalmers farming up here. Rest of the team sneaking around with the smoke. Baden's a tough target to bring down. If you have enough of the team there, you might be able to do it. They're going to set up with the Hex. Get the Link going as well. Nintendo Trauma is a little bit off on an island here. Pony Ride, though, is going to pick up a kill over in the mid lane. Hard time did have to be used, and the damage is going to come out. They find the kill on Super Nintendo Chalmers. Mort now in, though, on Relapse Game. We're going to quickly bring down that Razor in response. Yeah, it was actually Coming Winter that went down over in the mid lane. The Razzil Dazzle. I mean, it's a lot closer with the Abaddon falling. That was a big kill streak. It did go to the Lion, who has all 3 of the Radiant's kills so far this game. Good work by Seth Lord here, carrying the team. Mort back to work on this tower, living armor. Trying to help this tower stay alive a little longer, as the Aegis is going to expire on Mort. Tower will finally be brought down. Relapse Gamer with a cheeky little deny. Seth Lord off on the side, trying to set up on Sweet Poo Magoo. Usult comes out while Sweet Poo Magoo is in the Yules. Will not matter. It's a kill for Nephilion. Bringing down the Dark Willow. Marci Beaucoup, still some glimmers of life here. 27 minutes in. See the lead at least not continuing to grow at this point. A 96 win probability right now, but they've gone up 3% in the last few minutes. It was 99 to 1. If Marci Beaucoup find a way to come back from this, they will have come back from a 99% to 1 win probability, and they are maybe going to find a way to do it. Super Nintendo Chalmers, getting controlled up, does have borrowed time back up. Mort looking to connect back in, gets the pounce onto the Zeus, and here comes the Dawnbreaker ult. Solar Guardian connects in, heals up Super Nintendo Chalmers. Seth Lord, though, stands and holds their ground. With the debuff immunity from the Shard, is eventually going to get brought down. Double kill for Pony Ride, and Mort still in the back line on the Zeus, so it's 3 dead. Coming Winter going to fall as well.
Monster kill.
A little bit of a caster's curse there.
Less than 4 kills.
As triple kill for Pony Ride, plus 1 for Sweet Poo Magoo. Mort on the Zeus as well. It's a full team wipe.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Razzil Dazzle. I'm gonna get to work on this last of the tier 2 towers. Sergeant Sarcasm snagging Wisdom Rune. Except the Watcher as well, and the tier 2 tower falls.
Is no more.
It's full high ground defense mode time for the side of Marci. Razzil Dazzle, they're gonna get some tower damage in, but they have the Fortify back up for Marci. So that will mitigate any further damage as everybody respawns on the Radiant side. What else we got? I haven't looked at much for item timings. We got the Manta Style Harpoon. If not, another Mage Slayer, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Dark Willow going right for the Boots of Bearing. Oh, is Calling Winter? No, gonna get found. Farming the camp up the high ground. They set up with the silences. And Sergeant Sarcasm will pick up that one. Guarding Solar Crest. Maybe looking at a Blink Dagger with plenty of gold in the bank for the Gyro. Gonna pick up the Force Staff instead. Like that option a little more. Gives you a nice little escape tool for things. Helps out your team when they get stunned up by the Lion. Or rooted up by Grand Protector. More Aghanim Scepter, so extra mobile on this Slark, as with the kill on the Dragon Knight, it's going to open the door to go up the high ground, take down their first tier 3 tower, and Pony Ride going to charge right past that tower with the Celestial Hammer, find the kill on Seth Lord. One missile coming out on the back lines, just fully keeping them away from defending the barracks. The first lane of it will go down. Raiden sitting in the trees with the Nature Guy's Shard. He's looking to find a nice overgrowth here. Fortify once again. Reset by the tier 3 tower falling. Pushes Razzil Dazzle off of the towers. 40 seconds until the next Roshan will be up, so Razzil Dazzle can look to use that to try to close out the game, pick out the rest of the Radiant base here. Maybe an opportunity for Marci Beaucoup to get on the map and look for a favorable fight around the Roche pit. You have pretty good Roche punish between like the Plasma Field, the Eye of the Storm, all set up around the Overgrowth. There's definitely potential for a big Roche fight here, but hard to get out on the map. And not sure that Razzil Dazzle will even look to go for it. They might be confident enough to just look for the push in themselves. They're going to clear out all of these waves. Coming Winter still trying to find just a little bit of space in this game. Working on the Manta style, not far off from it. Get those big dragons going. Aghanim separate to follow. Pretty standard build right now for the carry Dragon Knight. Winter gonna sneak right back into the base. Super Nintendo Chalmers thinking about maybe looking for that one. Will allow the Dragon Knight to escape. As BKB on its way out from Mort gonna make this Slark all the more difficult to deal with. Especially for the likes of Cephalord and Philion. Certain Sarcasm showing up the high ground a little bit. Active Pony Ride in onto the tree, right in no chance. Stun up, and Mort gonna control upcoming Winter with the pounce. Dragon Knight down, no buybacks available. It's 5 on 3 for the high ground push here. Big mana drain coming out into the Zeus ult, but it's just gonna pop the borrowed time. Super Nintendo Chalmers healing up off of those tier 4 towers as Mort goes to work on the mid lane tower. Resources a little low for Razzil Dazzle, so they're actually going to look to retreat here. So, considering they lost 2 heroes, pretty solid hold for Marci Beaucoup. Take half the damage on their tier 3 tower, but nothing else lost here. Razzil Dazzle going to back up, get some resources recouped. See if they decide to head for Roche, which is now available down on the Radiant side for another couple minutes, or if they will just continue going to work the way they have. I think that'll be the option as Morton Super Nintendo Chalmers going to step right up in the tower. Curse of Avernus stacks coming out, makes that tower fall even faster. Creep Wave does get pulled well under, so Marci Beaucoup take a good amount of damage on this tower, but again, they have that living armor from the Treant Protector. Morton now going to head towards the mid lane. Left Gamer going to throw out the Plasma Field and discourage Morton from going further. BKB ready on the Razor. That's another big timing for Marci. Smoke picked up by Sweet Pumagoo. That's on its way out, so we might see something a little cheeky for a play from Razzil Dazzle here. Sergeant Sarcasm working on the Guardian Greaves. Looks like, at the very least, the mechanism is on its way out. Mage Slayer finished on a Baton, so a second source of that magic damage removing stacks out, and Razzil Dazzle will turn their attention to the Roche pit. Gets a quick work on this. Does not look like Marci Beaucoup will be in a position to contest it. They're just going to get the lanes pushing, see if they can secure their second tower for the game. You hear the Roshan roar, so they know that this is happening. They're just going to clean up this tier 1 tower. Roche will fall. See where Razzil Dazzle choose to move from here. I think they have, yeah, they have that smoke available. They've got the Roshan's banner as well. Can help secure their push. Mort's going to be the one to TP mid to relieve some of that pressure. The rest of the team still just moving their way in through bot. Meanwhile, the side of Marci Beaucoup grouped up in their angle, trying to find what safe farm they can. Now we're going to get the smoke from Razzil Dazzle. And Relapse Gamer going to be farming the Ancient Super Nintendo Chalmers immediately, and the BKB going to be used by Relapse Gamer. Has the nice move speed from Storm Surge, so be okay to escape. But coming Winter, be chased down as they look to set up on the Wisdom Rune. Has the TP away. Sergeant Sarcasm's in the area, but not going to be in time to find a homing missile to stun. The homing Winter manages to escape. Unfortunately, they do lose their Wisdom Rune Super Nintendo picking that up. And we are at a full 100% win probability. The algorithm says, it's like it's said for a few minutes now, that it is impossible for Razzil Dazzle to lose this game. We'll see if that holds true. It is certainly looking like it is heading in that direction. Anything is possible in the beautiful game we call Dota 2. As Razzil Dazzle, they're going to try to set up for this last tower. Result comes out to try to set up, but Relapse Gamer, they know the BKB is not available, so they're going to bring down the Razor, has the buyback available. Hex up on the abandoned Super Nintendo, charging in forward. Coming Winter now going to turn, getting some good damage out, and there's the Overgrowth from Raiden hiding off the trees. More controlled up, gets the BKB, able to walk away. Bedlam's out on the Super Nintendo Chalmers. Relapse Gamer in danger of going down again. Pony Ride in the backline, finds the Phylon. Coming Winter, going to get brought down as well. Godlike streak for Pony Ride. And they're going to find the top set of barracks, only the mid lane left, and no buybacks available for these two remaining cores on Marci Beaucoup. 29-4, 33k gold lead at 36 minutes. Mega creeps, they're going to be found. Marci Beaucoup have one last stand to try to make here, but GG will be called. Razzil Dazzle, they take a commanding Game 1 victory. This best of 2 series in Week 3. Be like Dota 2024 here in the group stage. Man, that is Razzil Dazzle's first win of the group stage, and that they were in much better form than we've seen them. I mean, that was a commanding victory. And Marci Beaucoup, again, we looked at the standings at the beginning. These teams are looking to find some more wins. Marci Beaucoup, their win was off of Team Drip, who are up at the top of the group. So they are no slouch of a team. This is a very competitive division, and it's nice to see that getting brought even closer together with this win by Razzil Dazzle. Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, hard to pick an MVP in a game this close, but 12-1 on Pony Ride. Hard not to go with that Dawnbreaker. Finish that off with a Daedalus. Aegis ready to go. I mean, this team's known for playing their first pick mid lane Dawnbreaker, and really, really classic showing of it here as Pony Ride picks up the MVP and secures the victory for Razzil Dazzle. Yeah, they are on the board, and they're going to have a chance to pick up another one. Marci Beaucoup going to look to collect themselves, find an answer, maybe adjust their drafting a bit to get through this impressive showing from Razzil Dazzle. We will be back with that game 2 in just a few moments, so stay with us. Alright, and we are back for game number 2.
Dyer's turn to ban.
Between Marci Beaucoup and Razzil Dazzle. In group stage week 3 of our Crown Division Relay Dota League 2024. Razzil Dazzle took a commanding game 1 victory. See how things are going to be adjusted here in game number 2.
10 seconds remain. It is Dyer's ban.
Marci Beaucoup had priority. They chose last overall pick. Razzil Dazzle chose Dyer. Both sides choosing the less conventional options. But the teams have their preferences. So they go with Marci Beaucoup continuing to focus on the carry bands. Yeah, this is almost exactly the same bands as last game. And they go through very quickly. Baden going to be taken out. Dawnbreaker picked up immediately by Razzil Dazzle. This time, Marci Beaucoup, they take the Viper, which was banned out in the second phase of the draft last time around. So that's going to be their adjustment. They secure themselves the Viper instead of the Lion. And I imagine that that's going to go into the mid lane. They chose to leave the Pony Ride Dawnbreaker in after it went 12-1. Last game, so you know that they feel like they have a solid answer for this.
Dyer's turn to ban.
Vengeful Spirit going to be taken out by Razzil Dazzle. I think that didn't get contested last game. And that's actually been the most contested hero of the league so far, tied with Viper, so it might have actually upset the balance. Or no, it did get banned, didn't it? Yes, it was. Viper and Venge were the bans from Razzil Dazzle. So the two continue to be tied for most contested. As Venge has been played 20 times, banned 17 times. Viper played only 7 times, banned 30. Yeah, I think those two are... They might be contested in every single game. Lion will be the other ban for Razzil Dazzle, so Marci Beaucoup take the Viper instead, which means the Lion is the ban. Makes sense from Razzil Dazzle. And the Slark will be taken out by Marci Beaucoup, so forcing Mort into a different carry. Mort did go deathless. I would believe it was 3-0-7 on the Slark last game, so it only makes sense to take that one away.
10 seconds remain.
You know, I said the Viper might be the mid matchup for the Dawnbreaker, but I think it's actually preferred by their offlaner. Yeah, because this is... I mean, I'm sure if they want to put it mid, they can. We're going to go back to the Treant Protector, likely for Raiden. Razzil Dazzle, they're going to steal the Dragon Knight. See if they choose to put it in the carry or offlane role. That was the slot that they picked their offlane Abaddon in last time around. So if they're going with a similar formula for this draft, I think this DK will be in the offlane.
5 seconds.
I'm sure it's very much possible that in both cases it's picked as a flex between the off and safe lane, because both Abaddon and Dragon Knight fit quite well into either role. I think the only thing super fixed here is the Dawnbreaker in the mid lane, just because it's such a signature hero of Pony Ride.
Radiant must choose.
Shadow Demon going to be the follow-up pick there. Get themselves some nice save going in the support role. I think we saw a Sergeant Sarcasm Shadow Demon in the past, so I think that is likely where this will be played. So decent chance this is your offlane duo here, Dragon Knight, Shadow Demon.
5 seconds.
Seems pretty decent. Pretty stable. Probably not super high kill, but you've got good harass and you've got good sustain. Shadow Shaman taken by Marci Beaucoup. I've been calling this guy Discount Lion, or We Have Lion at Home. Because he does a lot of similar things that you want Lion for, but he just has not been quite as strong. Like, he does not have the debuff immunity on his channel, because that would be insane if he got debuff immunity on his stun channel. Like, it's much more important that the common channel is breakable than the mana drain. Mana drain's been really, really good for Lion. Yeah, still does great things for you. Still has a lot of instant disable, which is going to be useful for heroes like the Dawnbreaker, who are going to try to get all over your backline. Will likely be played by Cephlord after that. Considering how tough the game was, pretty solid Lion performance last game. And Ember Spirit going to be picked up by Marci Beaucoup. This guy's been getting picked and banned a ton as well. He picks 18 bans so far in the league.
10 seconds remain.
You have so much lockdown
5 seconds.
on this Marci lineup. Like, after picking a Viper who just slows you, they go Treant Protector's Overgrowth into Shackles and Hex from Shadow Shaman into Searing Chains from Ember Spirit. It's so hard to move for Razzil Dazzle. And this time they don't get the Abaddon, so they don't have an easy way to dispel that off. And their lineup doesn't really leave them the option to pick up one of the other dispels built in on heroes. You do have the nice save from Shadow Demon. I think they're going to turn to that option quite often for getting people. Does that dispel the roots? Well, I guess eventually you have the Demonic Cleanse, so that'll be kind of your dispel option. Definitely going to be looking for 4 staffs on this team. Shadow Demon's happy to build. Wouldn't be surprised to see another 4-staff enjoyer for their other support pick, which we may see here. We may see them get something flexible. I think they've seen them enjoy going a kind of flexible route with their last pick before. It's going to be the Undying. So, once again, likely setting up for a ranged carry here. I think both teams looking for a ranged carry. Although, yeah, no, I think that's right, because I think it'll be Ember mid, Viper offlane. So I guess that depends if they're going to put the Shadow Shaman. I think it's likely that it's just a Shadow Shaman Viper lane, but maybe they want the melee hero to sit in front of the Viper. That's a lot less necessary for a Viper. He's durable enough. Wraith King getting banned out, so Razzil Dazzle, they're expecting more of a melee carry. I really think both teams are looking for a ranged carry here, though. I feel like either team would benefit from pretty similar heroes. But they are thinking differently than I. They're going with the Wraith King, the Faceless Void. I mean, these are absolutely high priority bans as well. I think the Wraith King ban can also be an indicator of the Faceless Void. Because that's one of the better carry options in response to the Faceless, because you kind of just don't care if you get chronoed. You die once and then you come back up. You can't kill a Wraith King twice in Chronosphere, so it's one of the better counter pick options. Marci Beaucoup, they're going to have overall last pick, so Razzil Dazzle, they're picking bans that are going to protect their pick here. Whereas Marci Beaucoup just kind of getting rid of things that they think would be the hardest to answer. Deuce is going to be the other ban for them. So kind of splitting the difference. I mean, Faceless Void is just the most powerful carry in the meta right now. So kind of, it doesn't really matter whether you're looking for ranged or melee. It's good to get that guy out of there. PL kind of similar, very powerful in the current meta. But we shall see what these teams are
10
looking for. I mean,
seconds
Marci could go back to the Razor if they liked it. Well, that was played in the off lane. It's going to be a Clinks for Razzil Dazzle, so yeah, they're going to find that ranged carry as the option for Mort. This is going to make Shadow Shaman's game really, really hard. But the rest of Marci Beaucoup, I feel like they don't hate seeing this Clinks too much. I mean, his damage output is going to make even a Treant Protector hurt, but the Treant also is pretty dodgy, has good tools for scouting, so that's going to help them. It's going to be all about the vision control now that you see this Clinks. Especially what's really nice about this Clinks is that he can invis, run around, scout kills for the Dawnbreaker, and Pony Ride can jump in with the Solar Guardian on top of whoever Clinks initiates on, which means even the Viper, Ember Spirit, and anything Marci picks up here, like literally any hero is at threat of dying at any moment if they're not under a Sentry Ward. Nothing in the chat. I opened this up for our drafts in this league because often the teams throw some banter at each other in the drafts. What do Marci want here? I feel like they could just go for something simple, like a sniper, or something that really benefits from the... It's going to be a Spectre. So they're going to go for the response to the global mobility. Oh, and they're going to change things up quite a bit with their positions. Yeah, they're going to totally readjust after that last game. And if because I think these are all going to still go to the positions we expected, but it's different players on it. They're flexing their hero pools a bit. Nephileon's going to go carry on the Spectre. Cephalord's going to pick up the mid lane with Ember, and Coming Winter is going to move over to support with the Shadow Shaman. Raiden going to reprise the role on the Treant Protector, and Relapse going to stay offlane on the Viper. I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to go. I don't think we're seeing like a carry Shadow Shaman here. That would be insane. It'd be fun. I'd be excited to cast it if that's what they're doing. On the other side of things, looking, yeah, just as expected. Super Nintendo on the Dragon Knight, Mort on the Clink, Sergeant Sarcasm, Shadow Demon. Hats. Once again, I think Razzil Dazzle, just a team that puts a little bit more money into the game, and that is how we evaluate this. So yeah, they're looking a bit more decked out on the Razzil Dazzle side again. So they're going to go 2-0 in the hat draft. Are they going to go 2-0 in the game? I think they have a pretty good draft to set up that possibility. But we shall see if the side of Marci Beaucoup have the tools they need to bounce back, pick up another win here in the league for them. So yeah, I think with Razzil Dazzle taking game 1, both teams looking for their second win of the group stage in this game. That will decide how the rankings look going into week 4. We are going to get a smoke up from Marci Beaucoup. Razzil Dazzle, even without the smoke, they are fully onto the Radiant side. See if Marci Beaucoup still got a decent amount of time on their smoke. I can't check it like that. They try to connect. They're gonna move into the dire biangle. Razzil Dazzle are like fully up in this jungle high ground though. Even past the runes. The smoke gonna wear off. They're just gonna stand up here on the high ground. If anybody from Razzil Dazzle choose to walk into the biangle, they're in for quite the surprise. They're gonna instead look. These are tough heroes to set up on as Nephileon is gonna push them off. Sergeant Sarcasm gonna go for the rune steal. That's likely gonna give up first blood, but man, do I commend that bounty rune pickup. In the end, Coming Winter grabs 2. It ends up being a split. But that's a ballsy-ass play from Sergeant Sarcasm with the disruption. I respect the hell out of that one. Alright, coming Winter and Sergeant Sarcasm, I'm going to square off a little bit as they set up their lanes. Blood Grenade comes out onto Sergeant Sarcasm, but Coming Winter gets hit with the disruption. Got a couple. I mean, these Shadow Shaman illusions hurt. Shadow Shaman's starting attack damage is 70, and this buffs it up even more. So, those guys hurt. Top lane. Both got like the two beefy, typically positioned 5 heroes with a high damage ranged core behind them. I don't know which way this lane is going to swing. I think the Undying looks to be potentially pretty scary for them in this lane. Beaucoup actually rocking a different set than we saw in the draft screen. I like this one even more than the Frankenstein one. As it's going to get controlled up and slowed down. Blood Grenade, Nature's Grasp turns for Decay. Try to get the clicks in, but Relapse Gamer going to finish off the kill. That's the second kill for Marci. So they're already off to a better start in this game too. Check out our last hits denies. Cephlord as well, faring pretty well against Pony Ride's Dawnbreaker. Start things off. Ember Spirit. Pretty solid laner. Has an early point in that Flame Guard. Help shirk off some of that damage from Pony Ride's right clicks. Stuff down bot lane. Sergeant Sarcasm with a point in the Shadow Poison now. Going to start using that to get some harass out. Is going to get some harass back the other way, though. Gets zapped up. Yeah, the positions of the heroes are expected. I like this adjustment from Marci Beaucoup. Try out some different positions. I don't think it's the first time we've seen them do position swaps like this, but I feel like it's a good way to kind of reset yourself after a really tough game 1. If that ends up being enough for them to turn things around for this game too. So far, off to a solid start. It's pretty quiet. You got a lot of durable heroes across the board. Hard to bring down really any of these cores. Like, the squishiest is this Clinks. But even then, not going to be easy to bring down. And he's got an Undying in front of him. So. Unbothering. Use the disruption to try to set up on the Shadow Shaman. Has a shackle available, but it can be hard to get away with it. They don't have a stun to interrupt it. But would actually get to get it off, and if Eileen's going to step over with the dagger, big poison stacks coming out. Now they're going to turn with the shackle. Eileen going to get some right clicks. The threat of this pop is so scary, but Sergeant Sarcasm might go down before it goes off. Will go down to one last click. The Shadow Poison finally pops, springs Coming Winter below half, but not enough to find the kill. Cephlord getting the harass in on Pony Ride underneath the tower. Like, I'm gonna take these creeps for a walk. Reset the lane position a little bit. Actually, gonna get those creeps hitting under tower. Gonna put even more pressure on Pony Ride that way. Just throw out Celestial Hammer. Try to equalize a little bit. Overall, I mean, very even. The big winner in the lanes right now is Super Nintendo Chalmers, sitting on 13 denies alongside the 26 last hits. Razzil Dazzle overall, even with the being down 3 kills, their lanes going pretty well for them. Who's getting the last hits they're looking for.
Radiant should look to their middle tower. Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
Everything being pretty chill so far. Cephalord is going to set up to steal that bounty rune. Nice, some of the bottle charges. Coming Winter going to come over and steal the illusion rune. Or just look to set up on the Dawnbreaker, and they find something on Pony Ride. Does have the level 6 available. Winter looking to maybe set up a shackle. Cephalord rotating around, so that does secure the illusion rune for the Ember. Make things a little trickier for Pony Ride here. The lane continues. Wisdom runes coming up, not looking like anything will be too spicy. Sergeant Sarcasm set up nice and early on this one. Eventually we'll look to get the stack here as well. Meanwhile, we're going to have Coming Winter making the rotation up to top lane. They'd love to find a kill on Mort here. Spit out.
Rune of illusion.
As Raiden, yeah, gonna smell Sweet Pumagoo going for this connection over. Now maybe with a chance to set something up, but yeah, no stun means Sweet Pumagoo. It will TP you right back over to the lane. Down here, runes get Wisdom runes get split. Pony Ride jumps forward. Starbreaker connects onto Cephalord. Taking a couple tower shots as well, so Cephalord get run out a little low. I keep getting confused between the Void Spirit and Ember Spirit shields. Flame Guard is the magic shield. I was saying before that it was going to help with right clicks. That was just wrong. Down bot, Pony Ride with the first rotation.
Double kill.
Out of the Solar Guardian. On top of Nephileon, finds the double kill. Brings down the Spectre and the Shadow Shaman. That was a nice setup from a disruption. Yeah, absolutely. 5 Shadow Poisons as well. Good job from the Razzil Dazzle offlane to set up the first pair of kills for their team. With Pony Ride, and Pony Ride sneaks that double damage rune into the bottle. Damage amplification right. No longer doubles your damage. Now I'm going to pop that damage amp rune. Nice dodge with the Sleight of Fist, but Cephalord trying to chase away. No spells left in the tank for Pony Ride, so it looks like Cephalord able to escape. Sitting here on low health, Pony Ride would love to dive back in. Has the Soul Ring and Bottle Charges available to get mana back up for Celestial Hammer. Like Cephalord will just be forced to back away. It comes out on Raiden, Mort clicking away as well. Trying to escape with Nature's Guise, but the Tombstone is dropped. Pumagoo taking quite a bit of damage from the Viper, though. Now they're going to try to bring down that Tombstone. They will get the Soul Rip into it, but only delay the inevitable as the Tombstone gets picked up, so... Find it off of there. Cephalord, knowing that the Tombstone is down now, can make the rotation over. Does run into a Link Skeleton, so Mort will know safely back away. Also shows Pony Ride that Cephalord's made their rotation up there, so that's going to step them up to get some pressure on the mid lane tower. Cephalord will block their way back down towards the mid lane, so Pony Ride will back away. Bot side pressure continues on Nephileon, who is falling a bit behind in the last hits on the Spectre. Tower will be finished up by Super Nintendo Chalmers, so similar story to last game. Kills more in Marci's favor, but Super Nintendo Chalmers is once again winning the lane, getting that early tower. Top lane, Razzil Dazzle farming pretty safely. Middle lane, Coming Winter helping secure that rune. It's going to be a regen rune for Cephalord. potentially looking to set something up with Pony Ride. We go over, discover that the Bounty Rune has been taken by the Seth Lord. Very on top of the rune control in this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Winter instead going to make the rotation over towards the top side. It's going to get seen by Sweet Beaucoup. They're going to try to set up. Got the Hex, turn with the Tombstone and the Solar Guardian. Nice disengage there. Coming Winter making the rotation back over. Going to get the stun up onto the Undying, and Pony Ride is going to go down, so nice response there. Nephilon making the TP over as well with the Shadow Step. Both supports on the side of Marci Beaucoup fall. Nephilon now getting chased away by the Tombstone zombies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, all in all, I mean, I think you're still happy with that from Marci. It's a pretty even trade, but it's enemy mid off of the map for a little bit as opposed to your supports. Coming Winter, gonna try to relieve some of the pressure on this tower. Super Nintendo Chalmer is already taking about a third of the health off of this tier 2 bot tower.
Ember strength. Now.
Topped by Seth Lord. Doesn't get interrupted by taking damage anymore, so it's still gonna get some regen. It does get slowed down. So Nintendo Chalmer is looking to make the connection, and on the backline doesn't quite have an Elder Dragon farm. It does have the Dragon Tail. Walks right up, and sets up the connection from the Starbreaker for Pony Ride. Super Nintendo picks up the kill. Raiden looking to relieve some of the pressure off of the mid lane, throws out the Nature's Grasp. At least push them away for the tower now as the creep wave comes in. Pony Ride and Super Nintendo still sitting around in this area. We're gonna get the Hex onto the Dragon Knight. Elder Dragon form ready to go now, though. Sweet Pumagu and Sergeant Sarcasm setting up in the trees. They want to try to find this Treant Protector, and they're going to set up with the Disruption. There's 2 illusions going out. Seth Lord trying to find this Relapse game. We're going to make the rotation in. Now Seth Lord in with the Steering Chains onto Sergeant Sarcasm. I'm going to try to follow up. Jumps forward, and now the break out onto the Dragon Knight. Hex up from Coming Winter, and Nephilon jumps in. Nice cleanup kill with the Shadow Step. Marci Beaucoup showing up much better in this game too, coordinating their attacks quite well, bringing all 5 heroes to the mid lane to pick up 2 quick kills, and like they're going to take this middle tier 1 tower as well.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Let's see, Pony Ride going to work on that Echo Saber again. Nintendo Chalmer is already with the Mage Slayer, as up at the top of the net worth. This guy's had very nice game to start things off. Looking at the Blink Dagger next. It's up top. Relapse Gamer going to find the setup on Sergeant Sarcasm, who tries to escape into the Disruption, but does eventually get brought down. Seth Lord making a rotation up there. Going to start to see this Ember really getting mobile on the map, and very much keeping up in farm. That TP right over to the mid lane. Almost, I think that Mage Slayer is on the way for the Seth Lord now. Then going to go into the Maelstrom to really turn that farm up. Yeah, there's the Mage Slayer. So both sides have one, means both sides' magic damage is going to be a bit mitigated. Ember Spirit, very, very powerful Mage Slayer carrier with the Sleight of Fist. As we're going to get Sweet Pumagu and Mort looking to set up on the back of this tower right as it goes down. See if they can find Raiden, or better yet, Relapse Gamer. Creep Wave is going to reveal Sweet Pumagu. Now the Skeletons drop, so they know what's up. Now they're going to try to set up. Nephilon has another Shadow Step. They're in on Mort. Able to escape away now, and Pony Ride is in with the Solar Guardian to help secure Mort's defense. Tombstone dropped as well. So, takes quite a bit of commitment, but it means that Razzil Dazzle successfully disengage from the aggression from Marci. Bring 4 heroes up here. Hylion just about to their Blade Mail, so that's going to get their farm going at a faster rate very soon. Down bot, Coming Winter going to try to set up on the Dragon Knight. Hex into the Shackles. is in the Elder Dragon form, but gets the Leech Seed out. They have another way to stop this. They have overgrowth available. It's not in time! No! Oh, Raiden just misses it. Really wanted to test the limits there. Sweet Beaucoup tips Super Nintendo Chalmers for managing to TP away there. I didn't click on Raiden. I'm guessing that was just coming off cooldown. Mort. Nah. Pop out of Shadow form, drop the skeletons. Finish off that mid tier 1 tower. Top Cephalord continuing to hunt down Sergeant Sarcasm. Picks up another quick kill there. More Falcon Blade ready, gonna go for the early Orchid. Get that damage amplification, make it very, very difficult for Hero to escape. It's gonna be really nice having this Orchid Builder hero into the Ember Spirit. Silence is such a good way to deal with the Ember. Ember will eventually have the BKB, so that'll make it quite a bit easier to deal with, but you'll at least have some amount of time in there before that BKB is up, where you can really respond well to the Ember Spirit and maybe get some pickoffs with the Clinks. Relapse Gamer has the Dragonlance. Going to go for an early Aghanim Shard here on the Viper on its way out, so that's going to give them armor reduction, give them an opportunity to get earlier pressure on towers, especially combined with the Mass Serpent Wards. Going to put a lot of threat on the Razzil Dazzle towers as they also look to smoke up here. The scan is just on the mark, just off the mark. They really want to find Mort farming up here. Where they're moving is going to be pretty on the mark, and Mort almost steps into the scan, but it's not going to matter. They find their target, they get the control, and they quickly bring down the Clinks. Down in the bot lane, setting up on top of who's in the middle of that pile. It's Nephilion. Ponyride connects in, but Relapse Gamer has the damage coming out, and Ponyride's going to go down in response. Super Nintendo Chalmers, now though, clicking into Relapse Gamer, gets the Dragon Tail stun in. Big rotations now coming in. Mass Serpent Ward going to be committed into the Tombstone. It's going to click away. Looks like Razzil Dazzle, they will choose to retreat. Coming Winter does want to finish off this Tombstone. Still sitting in the area, but gets the Hex onto the Dragon Knight. Super Nintendo Chalmers has the Dragon Tail, going to throw it out. It will finish that off. Cephalord now wants to chase forward, gets the Searing Chains out into Super Nintendo Chalmers. So that's Sergeant Sarcasm there with the Disruption to Nephilion. Jumping back in with the Shadow Step. Another Hex out from Coming Winter as Cephalord chases over towards the supports. Viper Strike onto the Viper, and now there's the Overgrowth from Raiden. Gets the revenge, cancels the TP, and sets up the kill on Sweet Beaucoup. Perfect timing from Raiden coming in through the Twin Gates, connects with the Overgrowth, and finds a pair of kills. The 12-6 now in Marci Beaucou's favor. Razzil Dazzle still sitting on a slight net worth lead, but that's a significant dent in it. Marci Beaucoup also taking over the XP lead off of those kills. Still a very even game. This is what I expected out of these two teams coming into the series. This is a very fun competitive match. Yeah, here's that early Aghanim Shard coming into play. The tier 1 tower goes down very quickly. So it's going to be almost like a lesser version of the Luna effect in play here with this Viper Shard. Anytime Marci Beaucoup wins a fight, immediate threat onto any Razzil Dazzle building where the lane is pushed in enough. Definitely going to be looking for Marci Beaucoup to play around that frequently off of a lot of their fights. Let's see, Orchid I think is on the way for the Clinks. Yep. So I think we're gonna see a potential smoke up here. Maybe just Skeleton Walk. Is Relapse Gamer gonna be the one that initiates? Throws out the Viper Strike. Sergeant Sarcasm with an escape into the disruption for now, but hexed up, controlled up, Sephiroth bringing the damage in. Finally, I'm going to connect as well. We get the Shackle out onto Pony Ride. Mort now going to show as the Orchid throws it out onto Shaman. Now going to be caught in the roots from Raiden's shard, and they find the kill on Mort.
Thanks for
Unstoppable
playing,
now, and Marci Beaucoup
Double
with, I believe, their first lead of this series. But despite just being 1k net worth, I feel like they're very much in control of this match now. Seth Lord jumping in on the back lines, gets the root on Super Nintendo Chalmers, does have the Dragon Tail to turn with. There's the Overgrowth again. Pony Ride, though, going to jump in, try to look for a big Solar Guardian, but they're able to disengage. Shackles in, Becoming Winter, going to get brought down. One click after another from the swings of Pony Ride's hammer. Bonked down. Mass Serpent Ward not going to quite finish off this middle tower, and that's going to get cleaned up. Cephalord does eat another Dragon Tail, but able to survive. And they're trying to set up on that Remnant.
Never refuse gold given.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Things out onto Cephalord. Razzil Dazzle, they want to find something here. Meanwhile, Mort gonna find the Treant alone up top. Fine. Yeah, they jump in. It's the Blink Dagger reveal from Super Nintendo Chalmers. Has the Dragon Tail out on the Cephalord. Dragon Form just run out. Now Coming Winter with a nice response. Gets the Hex up, the Phyleon in. Viper Strike as well, and they're all set up on Super Nintendo Chalmers. Tombstone up on the high ground. No chance to escape. Cephalord, they clean up the Tombstone. Moves the way of Nephileon. Nice little 200 gold for them. So Marci Beaucoup, another great response. Catches them off guard on their own gank.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Guardian Greaves being worked on by Sweet Pumagoo. Tower brought a little low. Coming Winter gonna try to keep it alive for now. Maybe pick up a nice die. Really working on the Boots of Bearing, so more into that push strategy. As Relapse Gamer gonna look set up to Pumagoo. Raiden scouting it out. A vision from the Treant, and that's a monster kill streak for Relapse Gamer. Cephalord gets the deny on that top tower as well. Marci Beaucoup, they're finding the kills they need. We're going to go right into the Bloodthorn out of the Orchid. Has most of it, just the Hyperstone to go. Pony Ride once again with the Desolator. Then I'm going to look at the Agnim Shard for a little extra durability and debuff immunity added to that Starbreaker. Razzil Dazzle is going to pick up the Tormentor. See who this Agnim Shard goes to. It's going to be the Tombstone upgrade for the Undying. This is the infamous Grab Ally. Used to be incredibly powerful, has eaten a few nerfs in a row. I don't love where it's at as an Undying enjoyer myself. I think it's become quite weak now, because you are forced to stay inside the Tombstone for at least 3 seconds, and if the Tombstone's killed with you in it, you get stunned for 3 seconds. So not nearly the save that it used to be, but still quite a powerful save tool. Going to work well alongside the Shadow Demon's Disruption.
Dire's middle tower is
Marci Beaucoup going to continue to bring the pressure on the tower. Those poison attacks, the armor reduction, going to bring down that tower nice and quick. And it just as quickly making a rotation over towards the bot lane. Cephalord actually running into a few heroes, maybe more than they want to. Going to jump to the Remnant. They're going to find 4 heroes up here and get stunned and silenced up. Pony Ride connecting in as well. Cephalord brought down. Kill goes the way of Mort. As just stepping up into a lot more than they bargained for. And Razzil Dazzle going to look to continue to chase. Mort comes out of the skeleton lock. They fully set up on a Relapse Gamer. That is an 8-kill streak going the way of Mort. Those 2 kills, that's a scary amount of gold that just went to this Clinks. That's going to finish off the Bloodthorn and get him a decent start on the next item for the kit. And back into the net worth lead for Razzil Dazzle now, off of those pair of kills. Game's still incredibly close. Swings back the other way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See. Bongo Boots getting there for coming winter. Nephilion, Diffusal Blade, Blade Mail, as Marci Beaucoup set up for their Tormentor. They also scan out this Roshan, so let's see if they're able to get here in time. When you're going to come in, that this Desolator is going to really amp up the damage here alongside the Bloodthorn. Oh, they're going to spot Raiden coming through the Twin Gate a little early. As the Overgrowth is able to escape for now, is this going to be enough for them to set up? And finally, I'm going to jump in, get a big Searing Chains and the Mass Serpent Ward. That's going to be started. Sarcasm hitting deck. Tombstone, Cephalord's right on top of it, but now gets stunned up and controlled. Tries to escape away with a Slight, but Mort able to just click down from the high ground. And so it's 4 dead on the side of Marci Beaucoup. And they're going to chase for more. Relapse Gamer going to get caught out. Pony Ride chases forward with the Starbreaker. And one last swing of the hammer will bring him down. Just when it looked like Marci had really found solid footing in this game, the Roshan fight does not go their way. Razzil Dazzle execute on it quite well. And that's going to set them up to take this first Aegis. I'm guessing this one goes into Mort's hands as the least durable core and the proper carry of the team. It certainly will. So, scary timing for Razzil Dazzle now with this Aegis. 6k net worth lead all of a sudden. They're going to immediately smoke up. Point their focus towards this bottom tower. Oh, they snag this Wisdom Rune too. Get the Watcher. Things coming out. Does not feel good for Marci. They're going to potentially look to set up around defending this tower. Razzil Dazzle only have 4 heroes in the area right now, so Cephalord going to throw out the Sleight of Chains. That comes out from Coming Winter to help clean up the wave. Razzil Dazzle will be pushed away for now. Hylian, meanwhile, on the opposite side of the map. Looking for a safe place to farm. Get plenty of space down here. Mort is headed vaguely in this direction, but they're likely just going to push in mid. As Marci Beaucoup testing the waters, finding that Razzil Dazzle has fully left the area. Put them up to get some more control. Vision back up in the area.
Regeneration!
Raiden gonna step forward to clear out some of the skeletons. Mort, low for connection, gets down the Orchid. And yeah, very quickly brought down. Superintendent Chalmers connecting there in the area. Unneeded. The damage from Mort is far too big. Mantis style finish for the Dragon Knight, so 3 dragons instead of 1 is gonna blink in with the Dragon Tail. And Coming Winter gonna be torn apart. So both supports dead, gonna open the door. I'm talking about the ability of Marci Beaucoup to push down towers. Razzil Dazzle, they don't do it too slowly either. Clinks has plenty of physical damage into those towers. Pony Ride not there for that push, but has the Desolator as well to get that armor reduction. So this bottom tier 2 tower going to go down quickly as well. No opportunity to defend it from Marci Beaucoup. Suddenly they're back in this high ground defense position as 12k lead, killed even back out at 17. 30 minutes into the game. Super Nintendo Chalmers go right to work on the Tier 3 tower, jumps up from the high ground, drops the Manta Dragons. Throw down the Viper Strike onto Mort. Gonna force the Clinks to back away. We're gonna make 2 more dragons with the Disruption. And they get Soul Rip, trying to keep this high ground Tombstone alive. Does finally go down there, and he used the Serpent Wards defensively. Now chase towards Sergeant Sarcasm, getting slowed up and stunned up. That's going to be the Shadow Demon to fall. We're going to look for a chance to escape. Cephalor trying to scout it out. Not able to find it, so the Undying manages to sneak away. They're going to chase for anything more. Cephalor moving like they'd want to find something. Just going to turn and hit some camps. Super Nintendo Chalmers escapes up towards the top side. Has the very thematic Dragon Scale equipped. Getting some additional splash damage on the attacks. Here's that splash damage. Different. It does affect buildings. As Coming Winter wants to get vision in this area, but it's a scary place to be. As Philion going to try to connect on the Super Nintendo Chalmers. Raiden's there too, but Mort's there, but the Overgrowth is just in time. Damage is getting turned around now into the Spectre, and Pony Ride connects. That's going to be a trade of Nephilion for Super Nintendo Chalmers. Raiden stuck up alone in the biangle. Mort teeing off onto them, and now Cephalor getting controlled up by Pony Ride. Ember Spirit silenced, and it's a triple kill for Mort. Monster kill streak. The Tombstone forcing them away. They want to find more. They're looking for Coming Winter. Mort with the Celestial Hammer. Starbreaker not able to connect. Zombie keeps chasing him down. Coming Winter finally able to turn and click on it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So with 3 on the deck for Marci, Mort able to step up, finish off the last of the Tier 2 towers. Sarcasm getting those dragon illusions going. Coming Winter does have stun there, but Chalmers. 5 dragons hitting this Tier 3 tower. As the Manta illusions, the Disruption illusions, so much. They are going to get another Viper Strike onto Mort. Raiden's in there with the punch from Nature's Guys. Mort able to back away though. Aegis gets reclaimed, so Mort, that could have been a huge time to pick them off. Nintendo Chalmers controlled up the save from Sergeant Sarcasm, the Disruption. Tombstone committed as well. Away. They're gonna jump down Tombstone. They throw the Soul Rep into it, root it up again on the Dragon Knight. He's just standing his ground, clicking away. Godlike for Mort, double buybacks. Raiden and the Philion going down together, going back up together. Damage comes out, and the Pony Ride pops the BKB, able to escape. Relapse Gamer trying to keep clicking on them, chase them away. The root comes out. Sergeant Sarcasm going to be punished for the sins of the team again. Heal there, will not be able to escape. Sweet Queen Magoo going to get hexed up and controlled now. And so it'll just be the supports falling, but all 3 cores of Razzil Dazzle able to escape. And Marci Beaucoup, they get something for their buybacks. And they're going to be able to hold here for a bit. 2 minutes until the potential for a Roche spawn. 3 minutes after that. That'll be the next big timing. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, Marci only end up losing 1 Tier 3 tower and a ranged barracks off of that push. So, pretty solid hold. Again, did cost 2 buybacks. That's going to put them in a scary position. Because the next Roche will definitely be up before those buybacks are. Even if it's the latest possible respawn. So, that's going to be... I'm going to make this next part of the game pretty difficult for Marci Beaucoup, but they were holding their own for quite a bit of the last game, and it is a much closer position in this one, so I've still got plenty of faith. Orchid up on the Philion alongside the Aghanim Shard for the dispersion. Super Nintendo Chalmers jumps in with the Dragon Tail. Connection from Pony Ride as well. And they're going to find the kill on the Philion. That's the dieback. Now they're going to look for more, but they can get the control onto Mort. They tear apart Coming Winter, but can they finish off the Clinks? It would be a huge one to bring down. Relapse Gamer trying to find it, but Pony Ride is in with the damage. They bring down the Viper. Pick up the Wisdom Rune, and 3 down again. Razzil Dazzle with the opening now. Try to finish off this game 2. Take a 2-0 win. Move themselves up in the division rankings for the group stage. Everybody makes it to the playoffs, so it's all just about the seeding you get, but any wins you can pick up in the group stage, certainly valuable. Nintendo Chalmers is going to get right to work with the Mandelusions on the melee barracks. Trio of dragons raining down Ice Breath. The barracks will fall. Dragon Form does wear off. And the Fortify gets used, so that'll defend the top tower from the skeletons. And it will get them to all of their respawns. So Marci Beaucoup, they will have 5 heroes available to fight. Just under a minute until Roche is back up, so we can potentially see Razzil Dazzle looking to play around that timing. This ping out of the ward could be brought down soon. Yeah, Ryan's going to go right take care of it. Razzil Dazzle going to look to steal the Tormentor here. Still a good amount of Aghanim shards to be found. It's going to be the Dragon Knight. Gets that Fireball. Even more AoE damage. Start cooking these creeps, pushing the tower in. Scan comes out for Radiant, but Razzil Dazzle not yet going for the Roche. We'll respawn in just a moment. And it looks like now looking to head that way. At least Super Nintendo Chalmers is. Let's see if the rest of the Razzil Dazzle squad going to head in that direction. They clean up some more of the creeps, finding some more farm, continuing to build that lead. Super Nintendo Chalmers finds that Roche has respawned on the Dire side for another 2.5 minutes-ish. Means that they will be getting an Aegis and a Cheese for their efforts this time around. And Marci Beaucoup fully up in their base, probably getting a sense now that Razzil Dazzle is backed off. But not much they can do to test the Roche. Roar comes out. Spawns go down.
But his fate will always be to rise
Mort
again.
picks up the Aegis. Sweet Pumagoo finds the Cheese hiding in among the skeletons and illusions. So Aegis and Cheese in hand. Razzil Dazzle look to close out game 2. Marci Beaucoup, difficult hold ahead of them. 2 buybacks available, Viper and Shadow Shaman. All they will have to work with here. Here come the dragons, here come the skeletons. Tier 3 tower can be quickly brought down. Super Nintendo Chalmers turns towards the barracks. Mort stepping up as well. Tombstone available. Keep them pushed off of the base. Hyper Strike comes out. Overgrowth onto 3, but where's the follow-up? No damage put into it. Coming Winter now stepping up, surrounds the Tombstone with the Serpent Wards. They get the control. Pony Ride's there, immediately heals up Mort. Coming Winter going to be the first to fall. Does have the buyback available in the Phyleon. Tries to Shadow Step away, but just controlled up immediately on the other side. No Spectre up for 50 seconds. And Razzil Dazzle, they're going to make their way, try to pick up the Mega Creeps. Still all of their heroes, plus the Aegis available. Marci Beaucoup, what can they do? Try to hold here. Mega's gonna be found. Dragon's already going to work on the tier 4 towers.
Monster kill.
And Raiden's gonna be found off in the trees. Monster kill for Pony Ride. Razzil Dazzle, they bring down the tier 4s. Cephalor just trying to poke. But nothing left to be done. Gonna get controlled up, broken, and brought down. Pony Ride with a godlike streak to finish off the game for Razzil Dazzle. Another Tombstone down. They're going to go for a swim in the fountain. Relapse Gamer pops the BKB. Buyback from Cephalor. Wants to try to find the control here. They're going to bring down Super Nintendo Chalmers. That is a decent amount of their building damage. Getting some amount of punish as finally I'm going to try to chase forward on Sergeant Sarcasm. Oh my goodness, though, the damage from the Bloodthorn. That's the buyback of Seth. Coming Winter going to go down as well. Razzil Dazzle in the duel with Relapse Gamer. Mort does go down once. On. Just going to find some creeps to hit. GG will not be called. But it was a good game indeed. And it is given after the Ancient Falls. Razzil Dazzle take the 2-0 victory over Marci Beaucoup. That is going to do it for us for this Week 3 WLDL 2024 Group Stage matchup. Crowd division between Razzil Dazzle and Marci Beaucoup. Another very strong performance from Razzil Dazzle. We definitely saw much more. I mean, Marci Beaucoup had some solid leads to start off that game, but eventually Razzil Dazzle won a few very key team fights, especially the one around that first Roshan. If I go to the, where's that first age picked up? 2740. If we go to this graph, yeah, that is the moment that everything goes the way of Razzil Dazzle. MVP for this match, you've got a pair of cores 11 and 2. I'm not going to give it to Pony Ride again, just because they were already the star of our show for game 1. I really liked the Shadow Demon performance from Sergeant Sarcasm. I think that's going to be my MVP. There were a lot of really good disruption saves, nice plays, nice combo with the Dragon Knight. And normally you'd look at like at 9 deaths and be like, oh, this guy was feeding. But no, this guy was making a ton of plays, setting things up, taking the fall for the team, setting the rest of the team up for success. Exactly what you want your support to be doing. Will be our MVP of this game. And as a support player, I'm always biased to see a good support performance. All right, thanks so much for joining us for this matchup. As I said, that's going to wrap things up for this week of matches. There is another match going on. It is a makeup match from last week from the Diadem division, which is the upper division. So if that is still happening and being streamed, I will throw you all over that way. If not, we will just wrap things up. So take a look out for the raid. Go check out that other matchup. And as always, to find out more about the league, find out when matches are coming up, be sure to check out the Discord, the league website. Those are the best places to find out what's going on. And we will see you for the next of our matchups. Still, that didn't update. How did that not update? Bizarre. I don't know why I can't get the updated graphic, but that's fine. We're just going to wrap up. Thanks everybody for joining us. Have a great rest of your week.